Hi, my name is Nasuna Hilda, medical student at Gulu University. I welcome you all to my YouTube channel, and today I'll be talking about Microsoft Excel, which will help you to know the different ways of formulating a report card, how to format the mark sheet, how to rank students in the class, how to comment on their scores, how to give them total scores, and each and everything you need to know about Microsoft Excel today. So for starters, you have to first right click to open up Microsoft Excel via new. Open up Microsoft Excel. Then after opening up Microsoft Excel, the first thing you do is to put up a table in insert. Then you press a table. You place a table, but for this case I'm not gonna place one since I already have an already documented table I'll be using as reference for this entire video. So it's inside here. I open up my Microsoft Excel. Since I'm having different students, Jen, Joan, Jacob, Jasper, and John, with different marks for each subject: mathematics, English, SST, and science. So I'll be teaching you how to find the total, the average, the position, the comment, and the grades for each and every subject. The first thing that I'll be doing is finding the total, the average, position, and comment, and later I'll come to that grade. So the first thing you're to do, I'm going to be using formulas for each and everything. So for total, you press equals, then sum, and you open the bracket. So basically I want to get the sum of marks for Jen. I want to get the sum of marks for Jen, for mathematics, English, for mathematics. If you're having issues highlighting the entire thing, you can do it manually. For mathematics, English, SST, and science. So you enter. Then after pressing enter, it will give you the marks for all of them. Then after this, you may find the average. You press equals average for this, equals average. Then you open up the brackets. For something for this, you go on highlighting each: mathematics, English, SST, and science. If you don't want to do it at once, or if you're having issues doing it at once, you can do it manually. You have mathematics, English, SST, and science. Then you press enter, and it will give you the average for all the 5 students that you have. Then we have position. For position, we are ranking them according to who is best and who is least best. So it's, you press equals, then rank, then you open up the bracket. For this case, we shall be using average as our reference. You can use either average or total, but I will be using average. So you press average, then comma, then you highlight again from average. Since it's for the entire class, I'll be doing that. Then comma, then I will choose descending, and then you press enter. So I'll be having positions from the best to the worst. As you can see, Jen is topping with 63.4, followed by Jacob with 56.8, followed by Jasper with 48.6. So that's the order for the rank. But then still we have a comment on the position or comment on the average. I will be going for comment on the average actually. So it's almost the same. It's equals if, then you open brackets. It's an if function, yeah? So I'll be using this. If our average is greater than, let me say it's greater than 60, I will use 60 since most of them have a range of actually I will use 50, greater than 50, since I have one with a 50 something, one with a 60 something, 2 with 40s, and 1 with 30. So if our average is greater than 50, comma, this implies I'm commenting on the students. So this basically implies that the student is good. An average greater than that, the student is good, comma. But if the average, same thing, if the average is less than 49, this implies that the student is fair. Student is fair. Then I close brackets for this. So I press enter. Then it's giving me that we only have 2 good students and the rest are fair. That's according to the comment. But remember, we also have grading. That's how you do comments. There are other alternatives, but I prefer this, and these are best for you guys watching this. So we also have the grade. We have the distinction 1, 2, 3. Sorry, distinction 1, 2, credit 3 up to 6, pass 7 and 8, then the F9. So that's how I'll be referring to these, but I'll change it a little bit. Since this is for teaching purposes, I only want you guys to learn so that you may do it later. So for this case, you always have to put equals. Equals shows that you're placing in a formula, so the computer may look at what you're doing. Actually, Microsoft Excel is basically based on helping you to compute stuff, to calculate things, to do such and such things. So for this case, if I open brackets, if we are having I'm using this, if for math student is having greater than, let me say greater than 70, comma, we shall say this is a distinction 1. This is a distinction 1. Then close. Also press comma. If a student is having 1 greater than, let's use greater than 50. If 1 is having greater than 50, let's give this a distinction 2, but oh yeah, so you quote on both sides, you enclose the D2 using quotation marks. Then also, still continuing, if a student is having less than, if a student is having max for mathematics, sorry for this, still continuing, max for mathematics, let's use less than. For the rest, less than a 49. For this case, it will be, let's use credit 3. So close. Then you close your brackets. Since I've opened around 3 brackets, I'm closing 3. Then you press enter. They all come in specifically. Sorry for the glitch. I had missed out something. This is supposed to be a less than sign and a greater than. So you can easily format anything. And I can press enter, and that we are having the grading. If you don't want to repeat this, you may just as well copy for this. Then you paste it. Paste it entirely here. Sorry. You just copy the formula, and you press enter. And the formula will have to work. So I'm sorry for the glitch, for the previous glitch, but after getting the grade for mathematics, you basically have to do the same thing in order to get a grade for English. For instance, if this for English is English is greater than a 70, comma, this indicates that that's a distinction 1. Then if for English something is greater than 50, comma, that gives you a distinction 2, comma. Then if, open brackets, for English, it still gives you if for English, sorry, it's I'll be using the less than sign. If it's less than 49, then we shall just basically say, then that's credit 3. Then we close brackets for each, and we end. Sorry a bit. We have this D2, this D1. So before you press the enter, you have to make sure everything that you've made makes sense, everything you've aligned makes sense. You have to make sure that the brackets are the same, everything is the same, and it gives you the same thing basically. So you do the same for SST and for science, and then you're done with formatting the report card for your students, or making a mark list or mark sheet for your students. Thank you so much for following up for this video. For more about Microsoft Excel, I'll be giving you more videos. So subscribe to my channel, keep on watching my videos, listen to everything that I tell you, and try to practice it out. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you for caring. May God bless you. Thank you.